welcome to Studio B, and today I am doing the long-awaited video of all of my books. So it was getting kind of crowded, so I started taking books out, and I have everything over here, and yeah, it didn't work out as I thought it would, but it's okay. We're gonna go through with this, all right? As you can see, I have a lot of books, and this isn't even all of them. I mean, whenever I'm done with a book and I'm not like crazy about it, my mom will give a ton of my books away, like half. She gives a lot of my books away, which is okay with me because I already read them, but it makes this video a little bit less cool, but I still have a ton of books. So let's get started. So this is my tiny library. I really like it because it's tiny, but it's kind of library-ish. I have the whole Diary of a Wimpy Kid series, including my own Wimpy Kid diary. Okay, so that is my little stack of Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. So up top, I try and have most of my graphic novels, like my Babysitters Club, like Smile, Roller Girl, Sunny Side Up, Sisters, and Ghosts, which is right here. I just recently read it, so I didn't put it back away where I was supposed to. Sorry. I like to keep them on the top because I go through them a lot. They're just easy and fun. Next, I have my Michael Vase, which I only have 2 of them right now because the rest of them are in my backpack because I didn't have enough for my whole class. And some of the kids want to read the rest of the books, so I bring them to school and switch them out. I'm like a walking library for them. But because I won, I also have this collection, which is way awesomer. Because 1, they're hardback, and 2, because they have Mr. Evans' actual signature, which is awesome. Then I have Wonder, which I'm pretty sure everyone knows about, and if you don't, I have a video on it. It's a sweet and heartbreaking book. Witch Switch. I haven't actually read this one yet, but I'm looking forward to. House of Robots, one of my personal favorites. I love it. It's funny, it's quick, it's easy, just like a Diary of a Wimpy Kid book, kind of like. Harry Not Scary Werewolf. I opened this up a couple times and read it, but I didn't really get into it yet. So then I have Charlie J. Jackson's Guide to Extra Credit. I thought it definitely wasn't as good as the first book, which was Charlie J. Jackson's Guide to Not Reading. The Land of Stories. Everybody says that this one is great, but I haven't actually read it yet because it sounded boring. So Clicked, I have a review on this one. It's about an awesome girl who does an awesome code, making an awesome game. I have The One and Only Ivan, which is a heartbreaking and awesome book. Gangsta Granny, which is really funny. Next, I have Aragon, which I also have not read yet. Why I have not read most of these books is because the ones I have read, my mom gives away once I'm done. Then I have Gregor the Overlander, which I have done a review on. I love the book. The series is awesome. It's by the author of Hunger Games. So you guys should definitely give it a try. Gregor the Overlander. Zood and the Underwear Dare and Camp Off are all the Underwear Dare series, which are really funny and entertaining, quick and easy. I loved them. I have some I Survived books, which are just really fun, easy to pull out. Restart. It was definitely like different. It wasn't like a regular story you'd think. It's really entertaining. Then I have Under Locker and Key, about a kid who saves his school from getting everything stolen. There we go. Okay. James and the Giant Peach is about a boy who lives in a peach with a bunch of gigantic bugs. And it's like a huge peach too. And then they go and sail off in the ocean, which I thought was a horrible ending. But, you know. It sounds weird, but it's really good. And it's by Roald Dahl, and I love that author. Then Stuart Little, which didn't really sound that good. I don't really like books about mice. I didn't really even like the Country Mouse and the City Mouse book. I just don't like books about mice. It was sad. Then I have Class Dismissed, which is an amazing, funny, cool book in a cool scenario about a 5th grade class and their teacher retires and nobody knows about it except them. And it's awesome. Then I have Going Solo, which is the thrilling sequel to Boy. Have I read this? No, I haven't read this. It's a Roald Dahl, but it doesn't look very entertaining. I never really liked it, like ever. That's why I never read it. So I have How to Be a Supervillain and Sci-Fi Junior High, which I've done reviews on. They are great. I love them. They're funny. They're easy. I love them. Then I have Fame, Glory, and Other Things to Do on my to-do list. This is by Jeanette Rallison, who writes a lot of funny things. This is basically kind of like an advanced dork diaries. Okay, then I have Emma's Fortune Freeman, which I haven't read yet. I'm very sorry, but it just doesn't really look that.
Amos.
I was given this in 2nd grade, people. And this is, what is this? 181 pages. And it looks boring. Okay. Then I have the 13-Story Treehouse, which is just a fun, easy, quick book. I feel like that one's a little bit too young for me now, though. So then I have The Terrible Two, which is overall hilarious. It's about 2 kids who get into a pranking war. And if you know, I love books about pranks. I just do. And then I have Judy Blume, also known as Sheila the Great. I love Judy Blume books. They are great. And I love this one too. Then I have the Fab Club book. I thought that it was pretty good. It's short, it's easy, it's funny, it's good. And then I have these, which look awesome. They are Percy Jackson's and the Olympians. Are there movies about these? I think there are. Yes, there are. They look awesome, but I haven't read them yet because I don't have book number 1. Once I do, I will read the series. And I will do a review. Then I have The Courage of Cat Campbell and The Power of Poppy Pendle. And they're books about young witches. And I love books about witches. I mean, like, think about it, okay? Harry Potter, that makes enough of a point. That totally makes a point. That makes overall point. Then we have Princess Academy by Shannon Hale. Oh, it was great. It was about ordinary, like, regular girls, right? And then they get chosen to go to a Princess Academy to learn how to be a princess, and it's awesome. It's fun, it's funny, and it's a great book. And it's by Shannon Hale, which I love her books. The Magician's Nephew, which, believe it or not, most people think that The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is one book, and that's the Narnia book. But there's actually a whole series, and this is the first one. It's a lot less known than The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, because pretty much everyone knows that one. Not many people know this one. Girl's Best Friend. I started this one. I didn't like it very much. It was hard to get into, though. It was one of those ones that you can't get into, really. I don't know. That's just what I thought. Then I have The Indian in the Cupboard. This has been in the cupboard, obviously. It's about a boy who gets a toy Indian, and he puts it in a cupboard, and he turns to life, which is awesome. I mean, think about having that. Comment below what toy you would put in that cupboard to come to life. Now I have The Boy Who Painted the World. Oh, it's about a homeless boy and all the troubles and stuff he goes into. But he loves art, right? And he lives in a place in the world that colored pencils are incredibly expensive. In this book, a pack of colored pencils for like 6 shades of one color, you know how much that was? Like $12 per. I mean, but it's really, really inspiring and beautiful. I love it. This book deserves its own review, which I did. Whoop, no, I didn't. Then I have The Secret Garden. This was my mom's copy when she was a kid. Now I have Mandy, which is about a girl who grows up in an orphanage and then finds a cottage and a beautiful place with flowers to herself, and it's great. I've been wanting to do this review for years, but it's hard. And you know who wrote this book? Julie Andrews Edwards. And if you don't recognize that, it's the lady from The Sound of Music. The hills are alive with the sound of music. And she does Julie Andrews' The Green Room, which is now on Netflix. And Mary Poppins. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. She's amazing, okay? If you haven't watched either of those movies, Mary Poppins or The Sound of Music, what movies have you been watching, people? I mean, okay. It's a good book. Now we have Roald Dahl, The Witches, which is really great because it's a Roald Dahl book. Roald Dahl books are great. This is about witches that are bald. Everybody wants to know what my first reviews were. This was one of my very, very, very first reviews. It was The Witches. It's about a boy who finds a bunch of bald witches, okay? And this is Charlotte's Web. If you haven't heard, watched the movie, or read about Charlotte's Web, I mean, where have you been? It's a really great book. It's about a spider and a pig that can talk. So I have The Girl in the Well Is Me, which is about a girl who wants to be popular. The girls are mean to her. They cut off all her hair and throw her into a well. So, yeah. And she thinks about her life and reviews herself. It's really great. It's kind of sad. It's deep, like the well. Bam. On it. All right. Now we have The Girl Who Drank the Moon, which I should probably review with The Witch's Boy. So it's about a witch. I don't know why, but she makes people give them their babies, okay? And she picks them up in the forest and takes them, right, and feeds them Starlight. And Starlight has enough magic to feed a baby. But then the witch likes this one girl so much that she accidentally feeds her Moonlight, which magics her. And she was really thirsty, and she drank almost the whole moon. And that wasn't good, because that's not good. And then she gets a bunch of huge powers at like the age of 3, turning people into rabbits and ducks and stuff, and turning rivers into chocolate pie. It's really great. It's definitely not funny. It sounds funny, though. It's by the same author as The Witch's Boy, which I highly recommend. It's about a boy who has a twin, and they are going off a waterfall. And their dad can only save one, and he saves one, and everybody says it's the wrong boy. The other boy dies. It's got a boy who's scared, a girl who's brave. It's got robbers. It's got magic. Now I have The Jumbies and Rise of the Jumbies. I haven't read them yet. They look good. Wicked Bugs. I do not recommend this book. Do not read this book. For like a month straight, I would not get into bed because I thought that there would be a million bugs in there. Do not read this book. It will scare you out of your wits. Oh, there's ones that can crawl into your brain and make you a zombie, and there's other bugs. Do not buy this book. I am telling you, you better not buy this book, and you better not read it. There is like deer ticks.
Okay.
Don't read it. Please. It's all true. Don't read it. Do not read it. Carmen Grit. I haven't read it. Now I have my Ranger's Apprentice series. I have 1 and 12. So I didn't even read 1. I listened to it on an audiobook and got caught up in it and read until number 9. And I'm still listening to it to this day, but the phone was having problems. It goes and I can't hear anything, which is the worst unless you put a speaker up to it, and that's hard. And it malfunctions sometimes. Ranger's Apprentice, 100% 5 Bs, amazing for everybody. You gotta read this book. And the Brother Band Chronicles, which is the spin-off series. It's about a girl, and her lifelong dream is to go to Mars, and she has a brain tumor, and so she gets cancer. This is a deep, impactful book. It's emotional, all over great. And now I have the Double Daring book for girls. This is a book that you probably need. It is great for if you're bored or anything. It has how to make a sand garden. It has lightning histories on cowgirls, paper cup candles, different sleepover party games, picnic games, the history of the bicycle, the Greek alphabet. And now I have my huge bin of books. Bum, bum, bum. Coke or Pepsi? What superpower would you like to have? Which would you try? Skydiving, rappelling, or scuba diving? Comment below, okay? This book is a really fun book to do with friends or parents or people you just want to get to know better. The thing that you're supposed to do is you're supposed to pass it around in class and then they fill it in, right? And then you get to see what you have in common with your friends. Now, this is such an important book for me, and I know that it will be for you too. This book is amazing. The Complete Middle School Study Guide. Everything you need to know to ace math in one big, fat notebook. This book is so great. It helps you because it highlights things. It has doodles, diagrams, definitions, and different things that help you. It has little comics and stuff. It just kind of makes math easy and a lot more fun than your teacher will. The math monster always wants to eat the greater amount. Rah! It's got lots of doodles and different things and little poems and stuff that help you remember and have all that stuff sink in, okay? It has little cartoons, which are really funny, and it has little things like negative number, like attitudes, like negative, neutral, and positive, like people. I love that. Now I have Strong is the New Pretty. And it has great little things in it that are really cool. But it's all about how girls can be whatever they want, do whatever you want. That one looks like a lot of fun. Ava, age 7, says, it's really cold, but so worth it. I would think so too. It looks awesome. So this is like a tough girls book. It makes you feel powerful. It makes you feel awesome. It makes you think of different things you can do. And I just really love it. It really empowers you. It gives you your strength throughout the day. Would you like to see my favorite picture? Maya, age 9. I have earned 14 state titles, 3 district titles, and 6 world rankings in karate. Isn't that pretty cool? Now I have the Haddock series. It's about a place where you're only allowed to have 2 children, and there's other kids that are third children that are either tortured or killed on sight, and their parents are probably too. It depends. It's so crazy what these kids do and stuff. You guys, this is an amazing series. You have to get it. It's called Among the Hidden. I have Surviving Sharks and Other Dangerous Creatures. Do not read this before bed. Do not read this before bed. You will have terrible nightmares. Do not have a big blanket after reading this because you will think that a python is trying to strangle you and kill you. Don't read this before bed. Just saying. Dork Diaries. I like this one in here because I like to pull it out sometimes. I think it's really fun. This is the same thing as 10 True Tales. They're both 10 True Tales. This one's about surviving sharks and stuff that kids have done, and they get all beaten up by elephants and stuff, and they survive. It's really cool. This one's about kid pirates. The literal kids were forced to be pirates, right? And some volunteered and stuff. If you're really into pirates and stuff, this is a really cool book. I didn't think it was nearly as good as that book, because that book was really good. So none of them have beaten that one yet. Bridge to Terabithia. I always get to right about here. Then we stop, cause I don't know. I've gotta read that book soon. You guys need to remind me. Now we have One for Sorrow. You guys, this is incredibly creepy, about a girl who dies of the influenza and then goes back to haunt her friends. But the problem is that she dies of the influenza, right? And everybody's trying to get away from the influenza, and it's like the scariest thing. And did you know that flu stands for influenza? That's still, so creepy. Don't read this, especially if you have the flu. I have my Goosebumps. All of them. And my Babysitter's Clubs. And then I have Revenge of the Christmas Angels. I also have Revenge of the Bridesmaids. Revenge of the Flower Girls. I think that Revenge of the Flower Girls was better, but this one was also good. I love the Revenge of the books. This is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Willy Wonka movie. There's 2 of them. It's pretty well known. It's a Roald Dahl. Wayside School is Falling Down. It's a Wayside School book, and I love those. They're funny. They just have a bunch of funny tales. How to Make an Egg Swim, Grow Mold, Eat Ants, and Other Ways to Play with Your Food. It's got a bunch of really cool things. We did the rubber egg thing. You put an egg, just a regular egg, in vinegar, and it dissolves the shell, but it turns bouncy and see-through. It's really cool and weird. I like these types of books because I like doing experiments. And then right here, I have little books that I'm saving for Callie. And except for this one. This one's called My Name is Birdie Pajksa. It's about a boy who goes to search for a new brain. I think that this one's kind of like Wonder. So if you really like Wonder, which you should, then you'd like this one. This one is The Sisters Grimm. I haven't read it yet. Or Tales of a Fifth Grade Night. This one just doesn't seem appealing. This one is Bunnicula. I've read this. It's funny. Holes. If you aren't going to read the book, at least watch the movie because it's so good that you'll want to read the book. Oh my goodness, the movie and the book are so good. They're good. Then I have Harry Potter. Henry and Beezus, which is, I didn't like it very much. I mean, I think that the Ramona books were a lot better. Next we have The Phantom Tollbooth, which is great. It's about a boy who is really bored, and then he gets sent a phantom toll booth that takes him everywhere. It takes him to a place where you buy letters and words, and they melt in your mouth. And it takes you to a place where numbers, it's an amazing, all-around great book. Now we have Ringer. When boys come of age, then they have to be a ringer, which means that they choke pigeons. And I thought that it was scary and sad, and I didn't like it. Do you like scary and sad books about ringing pigeons? The Giver, this is a pretty popular book. There's a movie about it. I haven't read it. The Dragons of Blueland. I've read this. I wasn't very into it. I didn't like it very much. It was quick, though. This book is really funny. It's about what they would do if they ran the school. It's really funny. And there's little poems in them that I love. Your laptop has a virus, don't tuck it into bed. Don't give it tea no matter what the family doctor said. Don't take it to the school nurse, don't rest it for a week. The only way to cure it is to show it to a geek. I think that one's really funny. And then I love, these ones are my favorites. How to Torture Your Teacher and How to Torture Your Students. I hope that my teachers never get a hold of this book. Junie B. Jones. I'm saving these for Callie, but I love the Junie B. Jones series. She's so funny. Then I have Skinny Bones. Monsterville. Great book, awesome book. It is a fun, scary, funny book. How to Eat Fried Worms. I have a review on Monsterville, and I have a review on how to eat fried worms, and I actually fried worms and ate them. And now I have Wreck This Journal. I did a pretty good job. I'm not done with it yet. I'm probably going to do a few more reviews a few more of these. And then I have Judy Moody Twice as Moody. I think that Judy Moody is really funny, and it has 2 books in one. And I know I'm missing a few books, like Hatchet and something. And this one is called Way to Be. It's a really nice bedtime book. I read it at bedtime. It makes you feel good. It's peaceful. It's not like, and the bullet was about to hit Michael. And then Wade said, no, or something like that. It's not something that's going to keep you on your nerves all night. It's by Gordon B. Hinckley, and the introduction is by Steve Young, who is an NFL football player. If you have watched this far, thank you. You're well-grounded. You have determination. You're going to stick with this. I am giving you a little treat now. I am telling you that I am going to be doing a Q&A soon, and so get all your questions and comment them below. Put in any questions you want, like what's your favorite book? What's your favorite book of this series? Doesn't even have to be about books. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite thing to wear? Would you Coke or Pepsi? I don't know, okay? I'm kind of trapped, but thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like this video. All questions down below. This is the only video I will look for questions. Tell your friends, okay? And I'm kind of stuck in here, but like this video, subscribe to Studio B, and see us next time.